There are clues to something's presence all about you during the spring, and the clues to an occupant on the underside of this leaf. The leaf is of a knapweed, one of the centaureas, and the pale blotches on the leaf are characteristic of Coleophora larva. But which species is it? Knapweed in the UK is a very common plant, especially on downlands, but also roadside verges and in rough grassy habitats and along woodland rides. It's pretty much everywhere, and later in the summer provides insects with a fabulous nectar source from a beautiful purple thistle-like flower. In the spring, it's the larval food plant of one of the Coleophora moths that we have here in the UK. Now, people or moth trappers still have a fear, an unnecessary fear or dread even, of venturing into the world of micromoths, but they really shouldn't have, because today the information is great on the internet to enable you to confidently make an identification in the majority of cases, especially with good quality photos. Not all micromoths are determined by examination of the genitalia, far from it. And one that doesn't need to be, at least not in the larval stage, is on here. If I look and turn this over, on the underside you can see that black larval case there, about 1 centimetre long, and this is the larval case of Coleophora paripennella. And on that weed, certainly in Nottinghamshire, it's an easy find. This is an easy one to get you into Coleophoras. The moth itself is quite attractive for a Coleophora. It has a greenish, almost bronzy metallic luster to the wings, but a number of other Coleophoras do. And so if you're dealing with adult Coleophora moths, quite often it is a dissection job. However, the larval cases of most Coleophoras don't require such treatment and can be identified by a combination of various factors on the case, or in this instance on the food plant, on knapweed. And as far as I know, Coleophora paripennella is the only Coleophora that you'll find on knapweed. The larva and its associated case always feeds on the underside, and these pale patches that you can see dotted on this particular leaf are all made by this particular larva. When not feeding, the larva is well protected in its portable case, and when it wants to feed, the larva just comes out of the case and gets between the upper and lower surface of the leaf and feeds within. It's a great method of protection, although nature always finds a way to parasitize species that think they've got to their protection. But this is a very easy larval case to identify. There are very similar larval cases of Coleophoras, and there's a nice little springtail to make the shot even more interesting. But Coleophora paripennella can be safely identified by the fact that it's on knapweed, at least in Nottinghamshire. And I'm not aware of another Coleophora that does feed on knapweed. And the feeding signs are obvious even from several feet away. So this is the larva of Coleophora paripennella, tucked away on the underside of its favoured leaf. It's an easy one to look for, and it's an easy one for you to identify if you have a fear of delving into the world of micromoths. But overcome your fear, because it's the most exciting and rewarding world.